So this is great commercial celebration we have today at 4 great American firms that are here to sign agreements to export more LNG to Japan.
The total impact of this economically back here in the United States, 53,000 jobs over the time frame of this, $215 billion towards GDP over these are 20-year contracts.
And away we go. Energy Secretary Chris Wright, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, just moments ago announced a major breakthrough deal, a $215 billion deal that will be invested in the United States in energy and adding to U.S. GDP, American prosperity. Plus, it's expected to create more than 53,000 jobs. Joining us now, U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright is here to talk to us. Secretary, it's great to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us about this deal? It's with a Japanese energy company. Which states will see this economic growth? Which states are we talking about?
Yeah, today, just absolutely huge win for America, huge win for the American people, also a win for the Japanese, of course, as well. And if we can get the one big, beautiful bill across the finish line, we will see many, many more such wins of this. But what happened today was the largest buyer of LNG in the world, a large company in Japan that provides a power to a third of the Japanese citizens, signed 4 separate contracts from 4 different export terminals. These terminals are in Texas and Louisiana, so huge jobs right there on the Texas Gulf Coast. But 35 plus states are going to build products and provide services that are going to go into these delivery of it. So pretty broad-based job impact across our country from these kind of large industrial contracts.
It's massive. Secretary, when will the money start coming in?
The money will start coming in, well, it depends when the new capacity comes online. But I would say some of it's going to come next year and then 2, 3, 4 years from now. Actually, let me take that back. The job creation for the construction of the facilities will come in later this year. So very quickly.
Well, let's start popping then. So, Secretary, a lot of this is common sense because unlike former President Biden, remember when President Biden killed the Keystone XL pipeline on day 1? So this LNG, this nat gas push, it's needed for U.S. artificial intelligence. I mean, we saw UBS already report you need the equivalent of 50 nuclear reactors inside the U.S. for USAI, and certainly Asia wants our nat gas. So is the Trump White House considering building new direct pipelines to deliver U.S. oil and gas to Asia through the U.S. West Coast? I mean, this typically, we know it gets shipped in tankers. We know about the proposed 800-mile pipeline in Alaska to transport LNG from Alaska's North Slope to Asian markets. But what about pipelines heading to the West?
Well, Liz, you nailed it with the word common sense. That really sums up the Trump administration and that agenda. Of course, Americans want lower prices and more jobs and more opportunities. And those involve exports of American products, as you just mentioned. So, yes, we're going to look for all different places to export U.S. natural gas from. Alaska will probably be our first West Coast terminal, but it will be the only one? No, probably not. Of course, we have other ports in the United States, and we know how to build pipelines. It's just hard to overstate the upside in the growth of United States natural gas exports. And as you just mentioned, data center manufacturing all across our country. The biggest source of energy that's going to power those new things, natural gas. The only limiter on that natural gas is pipelines and the ability to move it to where factories are, to where people live, into export markets.
There you go.
And we're going to build those pipelines.
We are the biggest nat gas producer in the world, right? I think Russia's a distant second, maybe?
You're right, a distant second. We produce almost twice as much natural gas as Russia, and soon it'll be more than twice.
Interesting. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright, a pleasure to have you on, sir. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us.